Okay, good evening, everybody. Welcome you all to this webinar series from TK Technologies. And thanks for your time and thanks for logging in today. It's really appreciated from our side. So just to give you a quick introduction, so we are hosting this webinar on Copilot and Process Automation, primarily with relation to Business Central. And once again, welcome you all today. So I just want to run you all through the quick agenda. We have a welcome and session overview, and then we'll talk about challenges in traditional ERP reporting that you will all face today, especially in the automation space. And we also talk about the AI-based reporting that can automate all your activities today. And then how can we bring in automation, integration, and business value into your day-to-day operations? Now, at the end of it all, we wanted to kindly talk about the key takeaways that you have for us, and then a quick question answer session. Before we start the webinar, I just want to quickly introduce our organization to people who don't know much about us. So we were founded in 2002 in the US. We have multiple locations today, including US, India, having offices across Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Pune. And now recently we also opened office in Chennai. We have close to 350 plus engineers, and we have consultants globally, specifically for the business application space. Now we are clocking 150 plus customers as we speak. We are intending to grow to 200 plus customers by the end of the year. And by 3K Technologies, we are a Microsoft Gold and Solutions partner, capable of consulting, deploying, and providing licenses across the business application space and also the data and AI too. I would want to hand this over to Ms. Adi Lakshmi. Now, Adi is basically a seasoned expert with about 19 plus years of experience in the Business Central space. She started with Microsoft Dynamics NAV and then moved on to Business Central. And she has led various projects across various industries and has been the pillar for Business Central within 3K Technologies. I welcome Adi to quickly run us through the agenda today. Thank you, Adi. Over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Ranjit. Welcome all once again. Okay, as we have looked into the agenda of the meeting, we'll be taking up the with respect to the reporting. Okay, how we can ease our reporting. Okay, so when we talk about the reporting, the main thing in reporting, the main challenges in reporting. Okay, we have different challenges in reporting. When we have ERP system, but even then there are some team members or some companies even still export the data into export and then do analysis and then do manual data handling, versioning this. Because of that, the objective of what the reporting that we generate even from the ERP is getting delayed. Okay, which obviously will be impacting the decision making. So what are the dependencies? So mainly we be dependent on Excel. Okay, then when we take up an Excel, we manipulate based upon how we want it. Okay, because the format what I actually require might not be directly downloadable, so I do it. Okay, and obviously this impact my delays. So these are the things that we have given. So dependency in Excel report, risk of manual data handling, impacting the decision making. Obviously, it indirectly takes more man hours in generating it, manipulating it, presenting in a different formats. Okay, and obviously when we do it as a manual data entry, there are risks of errors. Okay, which will again impact will be with respect to the revenues, because it is indirectly linking it to the right decision at the right time. So that was the challenge. So now we'll go into the introduction of Copilot in Business Central. We have now the era has changed, where we are into the AI era, where we'll be using most of the things through AI. And by the way, Business Central is also having the native AI feature, which can be used inside the Business Central. Okay, so what are the things that we have? We have AI-driven assistance, wherein we can the AI will help us in getting the data much faster in a more efficient way. Okay, this can be generated by even a very natural language having a query generated. Then obviously we'll be having with these things, we can have the efficiency. The data what I want can be taken up much faster. So by this, the report generation time can be reduced much earlier, and then we'll be increasing our vision, that is with respect to the visibility of whatever the margin you wanted or the sales performance you wanted, whatever you wanted, you can have a very efficient and timely reports. So this also have, see, if I want to have any reports, okay, it is not that we have to go into the reports, we have to get into it and then ask. I'll just show you in our demo sessions how the reports can be taken up much effective way. So here there are AI-enabled reporting. So since the Copilot is within the ERP, the Copilot can summarize the ERP data. So all the data is available in our ERP, and Copilot is also in my ERP. Whatever the data I want, it can summarize, it can get me much faster so that I can able to visualize whatever the data I have, and also with respect to the forecasting. So the finance team, what they can gain? They can gain much better visibility with respect to the margins or expenses, and also they can act fast, okay, with the better forecast and more clear vision on what has been spent or what is incurred. Okay, so by this we can take the decision with respect to the sales and finance. So here we have the summary. So as I said, in the summary, we can able to summarize. The summary, everywhere we'll be having the summary. So if I want to see a sales order, where the sales order is having, say, 100 line items, okay, I can able to summarize what that particular data is about. Assume I want to have a vision about my particular customer. How is he performing? Since all the data is into my business central, I can summarize. I can click. I can just summarize my customer to know how he has performed. Whether he has given me revenue, what is the margin, what is the period of return that we are. So those things can be summarized. So whatever the transaction it is, we can able to summarize in a consolidated manner where it helps us to understand what the particular thing is about. So with respect to forecasting, yeah, we have forecasting. Based upon the forecasting usually works with respect to the historical trends and the real time, and which improves the sales forecast. We can be very clear by yes, these are the data. Obviously, as I said, it is meant to my ERP system, and my Copilot will see the data into my system, and then it will provide the sales forecast. This would be your forecast, plan accordingly. So which will be helpful for my inventory forecasting as well as my sales forecasting. With respect to revenue and margin visibility, yes. So here is the main thing. All the organization works, or we aim at the maximum margin. Okay, the margin, and also what is the period in which we are going to receive the money back. Okay, the creditability. Okay, so the revenue and the margin visibility is the main focus that we will be having on every organization, in spite of whatever the type of organization is, whatever the type of industry it is, either manufacturing or trading or projects or construction company, whatever the company is, our main goal would be my revenue and also my margin. What is the margin I got for this particular order? What is the margin I got for this particular customer? What is the margin I got for the last year, this year, last month, this month? So it is a margin visibility which I would like to see. And similarly, what is the revenue I got? Okay. So all this data is already available, and we doesn't know how we want to take it up. So that's the reason we have the challenge of taking the reports from the ERP, which is nothing but our business central. So here we can able to see the real time margin, okay, where it can be, we can take up the actions, and it shows me the visibility, how we are performing. So by this, obviously, we have the business impact where I can take up the decision much faster. I can improvise my sales because of my forecast. I can improvise the actions or the decisions can be taken much faster. So here we also have the Copilot, okay, and also we have the automations, okay, power automations. So what we can get with Power Automate, it is not only that Copilot, with Copilot, I'm going to get all these reports, all the summaries, these things. But with Copilot, we can also have an automated system into my my ERP. Okay, we can provide business rules. We can provide business rules. We can achieve the automation. So with automation, I can able to generate approvals. I can generate alerts or notifications based upon any rule I set. Okay, assume. I have for assume I have I'm focusing on revenue. My main vision is revenue. So assume we have a sales. We have generated a sales. Okay, wherein we know that but now I want a minimum of this percentage of revenue. Okay, for example, say 25% of revenue is what I aim for each and every order. Okay, there can be, this is a sample I'm taking about. I fix that I want minimum of 25% of revenue for each and every sales. I can automate this wherein whenever any sales falls below the defined percentage, it it can generate either approval or alert or notification. This we can able to do it. Okay, so that if it's an alert, we can say alert. Usually assume the sales orders is being created by the sales team. We can send an alert stating that this is how it is. Okay, or when the purchase for whatever it is. So here, based upon the uh, automation, we can able to trigger the approvals, alerts, or notification. This reduces delay and also improve the decision making, wherein it is not required that assume the margin falls down. Either the challenges is they would not look into the margin. If at all, if they look, there will be a mechanism where they have to go reach the person to get the approval. Okay, so or if it have to inform, it is just an information which I have to pass. Okay, so this delay in communication can be reduced. Okay, ensuring that we can take the decision at the right time and with the real data. So by this, we can have the organization move faster. We can, it is not that react, we can also work proactively on the decisions, on the actions that we have to take upon. So the approval process, real-time notification, obviously it reduces the processing time and improve the control mechanism. Obviously, my compliance, I adhere to the compliance. If at all, if there is any difference, I have to adhere. So these are the things that we can achieve through automations. Okay. So now we have the live demo. I'll be taking up into the live demo. As I said in the previous things, it is nothing but your natural query where you can take up very different reports in a much simpler way. Okay. And similarly, the data, what you're extracting will be a real time. I can do this. I can extract. I can do whatever I wanted in Excel. But when I download, it is not the real data. Okay, so I can take any time my real data into my system through this. And through automation, I can able to have a routine to set whatever the things I can able to share with the team. Okay, so it will be much more improvised if it improvise your efficiency, your actions, those things. So now I'll take you to the demo. I'll not take much time onto the slides. I'll take you to the Business Central where we can see how the reports can be generated, like how we have to ask the Copilot so that the Copilots provide me the relevant data, relevant answers to me. Okay. And also we'll have the practical scenarios. I'll give some practical scenarios where we can just try it out. So here we have the Business Central. So in Business Central, we have the Copilot functionality. As I was keep on saying the Copilot functionality. So we have two things: the Copilot functionality, the agenting. Okay. First, I'll take you to the Copilot functionalities. Okay, which will be focusing with respect to my sales, my revenue part. Okay. So here I have Copilots on my ribbon. On my ribbon. So this is the Copilot which I have in my system, and this is the Copilot which I have in my Business Central. So this Copilot will be taking up the data from my Business Central and it will be providing. So this is the Copilot which can read the data into my Business Central. Only this Copilot can read the data from my Business Central. because it is an embedded Copilot in the Business Center. So I have this Copilot. I can ask before taking up to the scenarios. I'll just showcase. Obviously, few or many might know these things. So here we have Copilot, and then in the pages we have the Copilot functionalities, and then the card. This is called as list, and this is called as card. Okay. In the card page also we have the Copilot functionality. As I was saying, summary. Okay. To know what this order is, I can click summary to so that it will explain me what this particular order is about. What are the items? It is very easy if it with the order contains one or two items. I can directly see, oh, this is the two items it is in, and this is the value, this is the profit. If what if the sales order has multiple lines, I can able to see, yes, the summary of the order is this order is in open state. Okay. So where it is with the late, it has been marked. We are yet to ship. It is already delayed shipment. Which is this? What is the amount? What is the profit? So what is the sale value of this particular order? What is the profit I'm going to gain? What we are going to receive from this order and the dates. Okay. So I assume I want to know more about it. Okay. I can also take into my Copilot, the first screen which I was showing about. There it will summarize into more detailed one. So here we have, so it summaries. So this I can able to see it in from my order. Assume the same detail I want to see it from the front screen, I could able to do it. Okay. I'll ask, I'll generate a few queries or prompts where I want to know what is that I want to achieve. Okay. First, say, since we are focusing on the sales, I'll take with respect to the sales related query. Uh, Say I want the sales insight. Obviously, I want to know what is the sales summary for a particular period. Okay, I can generate. Give me. I can ask this question. Give me the summary of this month's sales performance. So here I have given a very simple note. Just give me the summary of the this month's sales performance. I can ask, give me the summary of this year sales performance, grouping by month or grouping by customer, grouping by salesperson. I can able to generate it. Okay. So I'll just copy this. Okay. So before that, we'll see how it is generated. So it shows me, yes, you can able to see it. And this is being generated. It is not that I have to go to the respective page where I have to generate. From where this data I could get. No, I can directly click on. It takes me because the data what I require is from the posted sales. So it's saying that it has been generated from the posted sales and we have it. What is the period I have? This is in the. So you can able to see for January, these are the sales. Assume I want to group the same query I'll put. I have given summary of this year's sales group by month. So whatever the reports that you want to generate, rather than extracting into Excel and putting all the pivots, all the things, you can able to generate into the system itself. Here, this is the direct report which is showing me. Okay, I can also generate as a pivot also. Okay, I'll just show that all. So here you can see the summary of the sales for each month with the grouping of month. I can able to see it. Say assume I want to have with sorting, I can able to do it. If it is in a pivot mode, okay, I can generate the same thing in a pivot mode, okay, wherein I can ask for the column. I can ask for the column name. Assume you want the column name with respect to the salesperson. Okay. So I can just drag and drop the salesperson and we can have the column with respect to salesperson too. Or I'll put it as currency, not currency. Okay. We can able to do this. Similarly, this is one of the prompt. Okay. Assume I want to see what is the customer who has given me more revenue. Okay. Yeah. So I can able to see it from the same script I can able to generate, or from here I can able to go to the analysis. I can ask for show me top customers by revenue. So it has given me revenue wise. Okay. I'll go to the orders. So same way, I can able to, so there are multiple columns, whatever you wanted, we can able to provide it. So these are the reports, what I would like to generate, what I want to see it from the system. So I can able to ask for, okay, show me the orders, show the orders less than 30%, margin less than 30%. So these are the orders which is having margin less than 30%. You can able to see order margin. So these are the things that is less than 30%. So I can have it, I can keep it so that whenever I want it, I can be able to go check what is the margin of it. So if I go here, I could able to see what is the margins. So, so here we have different customer with different margins. Yes. So more than 25%, I have it. I can able to check it out. See, similarly, what I was highlighting with respect to the automations. So automations, we can able to trigger the automations has a notification, for example. So I'll create an order. Item. Assume I have fixed my revenue as 25%. Okay. So I'll ask what is the revenue? Okay. Say 4, 5. So here my profit is less than 25 percentage. Yes, my order margin is also 25%, less than 25 percentage. So when I release, okay, what happens? It notifies through automation. It notifies to my team. I can create whoever it has to be notified. So based upon that, it will trigger to the respective person stating that the order what we have taken is less than the margin that we have finalized. I'll just give the screenshot of it. So here you have the alerts. So here it is showing, please review the orders. So I can open. So this communication can be sent to through email, through Teams, and even that notification can be triggered as an approval mechanism. So right now I have configured as a notification. Assume if you want it as an approval, that can also be done. So this is all the Copilot functionality with the Power Automate, which we can able to achieve. So I'll just give a brief about the sales order agent. This is also a Copilot functionality. The agenting is in the preview mode for India. So here we have the sales order agent where I can, through an email, the customer is there. The customer can generate an email where it can be received. Okay. So assume I, as a customer, I want to know what are the stock, or I want to know about the say price of a chair. Okay, enquiry for chair. So this is a mail which we have to provide to our customer. Okay, if at all if we have that, then whenever email is sent by the customer to us, then it will be notified in the sales agent, and the sales agent will act as a person where the agent will communicate to the customer. He will be receiving the email, he will be reviewing it, he will be replying back the to the particular email. Okay, so I have got, I know, can I know what is the price of the chair? Okay, availability and price. So what my agent has done, it has taken, yes, whatever the chairs I have, it has listed me, these are the chairs I have, and whether it is available, what is the price, it has given to the customer. Then the customer again, he can ask, like, I need to this item for quotation, whatever it is. So it becomes an interactive interaction between the customer and my ERP, that is called as agent. Okay, so so now through this, I have showcased the reporting aspect from the Business Central through Copilot. Then I also showcased with respect to the automation, what I can able to achieve from my Business Central, and the agenting, a brief introduction about the agenting. Okay, with respect to the sales. Okay. So these are the things that we have covered. Okay, we can have ask whatever I wanted, and we can able to generate it. Yes, I am done. Over to you, Mr. Ranjit.
Thank you, Adi. Thank you so much for the informative presentation and the demonstration. Now it's time for me to introduce Ms. Surya Mary Roy, who's actually a partner solution architect on the AI business solutions from Microsoft. Dia, over to you for your session.
Thank you so much, Ranjit. Hi, everyone. A very good evening. So before I begin, I just wanted to have, or rather, continue the flow from where Lakshmi had began. Given that most of you are either leveraging Business Central or about to, right? And you would want to explore feature functionalities that would help in your day-to-day process, right? So on that regard of it, there are a bunch of AI or agentic features that's also coming up within Business Central, which uh, she has introduced you to that. And apart, also adding on to it, while you have seen the complete demonstration of having this Copilot or agentic features right within Business Central, we also have this capability exposed as an MCP server so that you can leverage this feature functionality across any platform, right? Be it agentic or an agent that you're creating, or in your web application as well, right? So that is also something that I'll just demonstrate and share with you how easy it is for you to leverage that. Second part of it, which we also introduced, Microsoft had recently announced the ME7 plan, and in that there was an Agent 365 that was also shared. Um, right? So security, when it comes to AI agents, security is not an afterthought. It is something very important. Even before you start thinking about agent, we need to think about the security part of it, right? So that's where the Agent 365 was also born. It is the control plane for agents. And why am I introducing that here? I'll get to that in a while. But so here, before I move into this Agent 365, just to continue with that flow, I wanted to share the MCP server part of it. While currently it is only available in Copilot Studio, you will get to see a lot of those coming up in the next few release cycles, where we will have Business Central MCP server, right? So here, this is an MCP server available right within Copilot Studio, where you can leverage it and build agents, right? And during Ignite, we had also announced that this agent can be consumed as an MCP server itself, right? So that's where I was sharing that you can, take this agent and then plug it into your website or plug it into your mobile application, right? And you can, extend this agent into multiple other front end or interfaces, right? So that's what I was mentioning, that the agent that you have created by leveraging Business Central MCP server can be, leveraged within your application itself as an MCP server again. Now, this session, was there during our Microsoft Ignite, which was during last November, where we had announced a release timeline for the public preview. It's there in our release cycle as well. So, on that regard, I just wanted to share that this feature functionality is also possible right from Copilot Studio, right? Uh, the features that you have seen within Business Central MCP server, those who have access to Business Central, will be able to go ahead and interact with the Copilot right within Business Central. And they can, see all the forms and they can interact with the forms and so on and so forth. But what if there are scenarios where you want to expose this to, uh, you know, other external users? That's when you can leverage the Business Central MCP server, create an agent right within the Copilot Studio platform, which is a SaaS platform for agent development and deployment. It is a low code platform where you can leverage this Business Central MCP server right within the tools, right? So if you go to tools and you click on add a tool, you will see the supported MCP server. You can see Dynamics 365 Business Central MCP server, and you can just go ahead and configure. Obviously, within Business Central, you need to create that MCP server configuration and add all the API objects as tools here. So I have added the standard APIs. You could add API groups as tools here, right? And then make it available as configuration. Then that configuration, you can leverage that within the Copilot Studio. So that's what you have seen. Um, at a time, it can, import 70 of those tools, but within Business Central, we have a dynamic tool mode. So depending upon the user utterance, it can pick up dynamically those tools. The 70 is just a UI limitation, but it can dynamically pick it up if you have enabled dynamic tool mode. So, that's what you have seen here. I was just interacting with this agent. A very basic one that I created, today, very quickly. to show you that this is also possible. So, as soon as I create this or added this tool, this MCP server, I can test it right within the Copilot Studio interface itself, and then see the response, what it is posting. So get this year's sales performance from posted sales data, create a chart. So you can create graphs and everything right from this interface itself. The code interpreter feature functionality is there, right? So all that is possible. You can create an agent, and then you can deploy it into a channel. So here you can deploy it into Teams, M365 Copilot, or SharePoint, or WhatsApp, or Telegram, right? Or Slack, or Twilio, wherever you want to have access to this data that resides within Business Central. You can post it as or publish it to that channel also, right? Not just Business Central data, maybe you have some data residing in your, some other line of business application, or it could be somewhere in other database. You can add that as well, so that actually, if you need to get a response by summarizing both of these data sources, that's also possible, because the complete agent is powered by one of these models, right? You can select GPT or Anthropic. Very recently, we also announced Grok model also as available. Model that's available right within Studio. So you could create agents, leverage the data that exist within Business Central, leverage the data that exists across the other line of business application or database, summarize, create actionable insights, or create task-based agents, or create autonomous agents. All that possibility is there, right? And also the feature functionality that I mentioned is coming up, is that you can expose this agent as an MCP server, right? Which you can then leverage in website application as well. So that's another feature available, which will come up very soon. So here, if I go ahead and publish this agent in Teams, Microsoft Teams, I'll just show that to you, add channel. And then I will take you through the Agent 365 concept, as in why it is relevant for you. Because today's session was primarily on the Copilot and the AI part of it. We are focused on that. Just a moment. Okay. Mm,
So Ria, Karthik here. So this
yeah,
is interesting. Like, and I'm seeing WhatsApp also in this list. So what you say is like, this is published in WhatsApp, and our customers can talk from WhatsApp. They can ask queries. That's what you're saying.
that's right.
Yeah.
So they can deploy this agent into WhatsApp, and it can access through MCP server, Business Central MCP server, all the data that resides there. And if if you want to bring data from other application, you can, and then have that interaction going right within WhatsApp. So yeah, these are the external channels that are supported apart from the first party channels. You can deploy this agent into a web application. You can also, create and deploy this agent into mobile application as well. So yeah. So here you can see I have an option to enable this agent into Teams, while I have a restriction in my demo tenant that I cannot expose it. Or publish it right now. But what I was eventually trying to say is that the agents that you develop, deploy across channels, no matter it's a Microsoft channel or it's external channel like WhatsApp, right? You have complete governance control right through Agent 365, right? So all the agents that's published will be visible for the administrator, for governance, and to analyze the security risk, right? So that's where Agent 365 also comes in. So it's not just about, you building and publishing or deploying these agents, but also security and the governance part of it, which is the major headache for customers, which we hear. And therefore, Agent 365 is now available for all the customers to leverage. And all the agents that's been deployed, right? So you will get to see all the agents in the agent registry list. You can see to whom this is available, which channel this is available, when it's created, who is the publisher. If that agent is missing an owner, you can create a rule right within here. There is a template of creating preset policies so that whenever an employee or anyone who has created and deployed this agent has moved out of their organization, it immediately, gets reassigned to the manager, right? So that policy can be set up here. How whoever is deploying this agent, the global administrator can, control the sharing settings, as in whenever the deployment is being carried out, whether it should be done for a specific user or to the entire organization, all that can be controlled from the user access for the deployed agents can be controlled. What are the agent types that could be deployed within your organization, whether only agents, created and published by your organization is allowed, or external publishers, Microsoft. All that settings, you have complete control over that, and all the MCP servers that's enabled and blocked will be also visible here in the tools section. And in the all agents part of it, if there is any request made in terms of uh, the agents that needs to be deployed, that comes here, right? And then they can go ahead and edit the publishing, as in whether it has to be user level or organization level, all available right within here, right? And here as well, when you click on one of these agents, the administrators can see the security and compliance part of it for each of these agents. What is the certification available? What is the data and tools that it will have access to? Who are the users who needs to have access, and what's the certification, what's the compliance for each of these agents, if it's an external publisher, all that available for the administrator right within their fingertips, right? So that's what Agent 365 is about, and not just limited to we had shared the this update 2 days back along with ME7, which is new SKU available for M365 users, right? With that Agent 365, this particular um, feature functionality is going to be GA'd by 15th of May. So complete governance and security part will be controlled over this Agent 365, right? And if there is any risky sign-ins that's happening through Entra, that will be monitored and will be visible. Right now it's not there, but from May 15th onwards, that will also be visible here. If there is any prompt injection attacks or anything of that sort, that will also will visible here. And all the data sources, knowledge sources that it is accessing, which agent is accessing what knowledge source, so on and so forth, that will also be visible here, right? So a bunch of feature functionalities are coming in for Agent 365, not just limited to this, but others as well, which will be, available for the end users to try out by May when it is G8, right? So just wanted to touch upon that because we understand and we have heard the feedback in terms of security and governance part of it, which is the challenging part for customers. Hence, it's imperative to share this message across. So that's what I wanted to share in the session, and also get your feedback or if there's any questions that you have for me.
Thanks, Ria. I mean, I think we will probably quickly take a minute and then move over to questions and answers. But this is very exciting. Agent 365 looks very exciting, and I think all of us are going to be waiting for the GA to come in. And this definitely is automation in true sense. That's what we are looking at. Thanks so much, Ria. Thanks for your time again. I'll just quickly share my screen. I'll just take a minute before we have the Q&A. Can you all see my screen, please? A show of hands will help. Thank you. Now, we spoke a lot about, thank you so much. We spoke a lot about Business Central, a Copilot, and automation. But just wanted to answer one question as to why 3K Technologies is the right partner for you. So we actually have a team and expertise and experience in Business Central primarily across varied businesses, verticals, and industries that we can call off. Now, we also carry expertise in AI and automation, which helps you integrate with your current automation needs and takes it to the next level and provides operational efficiency and business intelligence, right? Now, why again 3K Technologies is because we have been able to help organizations like you to transform digitally and move into an automated ecosystem itself using Microsoft technologies. So just wanted to spend a second on this and as to why we would be the right partner for you. And with this, I just want to conclude and I want to take any questions that we have from all of you. Please show a raise of hands and then you can ask the question. Thank you. Okay, I understand there are no questions. Feel free to get in touch. My coordinates are available here on the screen. You have my email ID and contact number, but feel free to get in touch with any of us and be able to help you in automation or with regard to any queries that you might have. I'm just leaving the screen for a minute so that if anybody wants to make a note of the contact number or the email ID, please do. Thank you so much. I think with that, we come to the end of this webinar. I once again want to thank all of you for participating today in the webinar, and thanks to all the presenters who shared a lot of information with us today. Thank you again. Thanks so much. We'll see you in the next webinar. Thank you.